If you're single as a man, stay single. Yes, I said it. I know your burning desire to tear something up, to have companionship, to have somebody to have a shoulder to cry on. Whatever you need, but stay single. It's not worth it in 2025. Most of the women nowadays in the dating world are trash. Do I mean all? No. The majority are trash. The 10% that are great is just way too much sifting through and jumping through hoops you have to go through to find that. So you have to leave this up to God. But in the process, stay single. Be honest in the situations you're in. You're an adult. I cannot tell you what to do. In the situations you're in that you don't want to remain in, you have to be honest. Be transparent. Be brutally honest about what you want. Don't be shamed and forced into something you don't want to be in, and then grow bitter later on the person you were with you were trying to change. Be honest from the get-go. But for those not in those situations, I encourage you to remain single. Focus on yourself. Focus on the things you need to do. Focus on where you want to go in your life. Focus on your career. Focus on investing. I just finished watching a video on athletes that went bankrupt because of women. It's not worth it. Too many of them are trash. You cannot rely on trying to find the 10%. You have to become so much of a catch that you attract that. You have to do a lot of spiritual work, a lot of self work behind closed doors without anybody there to cheer you on, to encourage you, and all the things in the book. Unfortunately, let God do his part. But you don't need to be involved. It's a headache. It gets you in trouble. Too much money, too much energy, too much time. The more time you're spending dating, the less time you're spending in things you need to be spending it in. You're not getting more wealthy. You're not getting more intelligent. You're just wasting time. Dinner dates, waste of time. Going on dates, waste of time. Why do I say that? In this current day and age, people are just using each other. Bottom line, people are broken. People feel like they need to fill a void, and they use people. They treat people like objects. Why do you want to be in that? You need to do what people aren't doing. You are who you're hanging around with. For people that want to flex on people that aren't as fortunate as them, you're seeking approval from people not even doing as good as you. What does that say about you? Remove yourself from that. You don't need to compete with people doing degenerate things. To the point I said about people being honest from the get-go. People will lead people on, be in situations they don't want to be in, to sleep with somebody, to later try to change that person, and then become bitter. Waste of time. Remain single. Remain single. Focus on yourself. Get in better shape. Focus on getting that next promotion at your work. Get more wealthy. Learn more about how to invest. Learn and acquire more skills. In 2025, it doesn't make sense to date. It doesn't. It doesn't. Your goal is probably not marriage. Your goal is probably to sleep around. I encourage you to think outside of that. I don't encourage you to do that. Just because you can shouldn't mean that you should. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. One way or another, it will burn you. And it takes fully wise people to look at everybody, see what they're doing, see that it doesn't work, and then take that advice and not repeat the same things. Remain single. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Most of them are trash. Bottom line. And it's not that they're trash as people, but their behavior is trash. They're damaged. They've been in too many experiences, they've been broken. And for you to come in and be the savior, it's not your responsibility. God can do that. Jesus can do that. Not you. You need to focus in where you need to focus, because if you don't, you'll become broken as well. And look around, or in the broken world, people think that short-term pleasure will solve the void. But what will solve the void is distance, time, and solitude. Not sleeping around, not being around people that are broken, not trying to solve voids with short-term pleasure. Stay single. I encourage you to do that. Instagram is a lie. What you see on social media is a lie. All these people that show off their relationships on social media, it's a lie. It's not like that behind closed doors. I can assure you that. It's not. What do you think is happening behind closed doors? If you're doing so great, why do you need to reinforce to people that you're doing great? It's sort of self-gaslighting in a way. The smartest individuals do not show their relationships. They keep it private. The more eyes on your business, the more influence on your business. Stay single. What? Being single makes you unattractive? Is that what they told you? You're letting people shame you into doing things you don't want to do. You call yourself in charge of your life? You're not in control of your life because you need people's approval that much. Solitude is maybe what you need if you're in bondage to what people think and say. Stay single. It's not that bad. For those in a relationship, I applaud you. If it's a good one, I applaud you. But if you're currently single and a man, it's an awesome thing. I cannot tell you how many things right now in my life are better. No promotion. My debt is going down. Almost paid off for school, for the vehicle, for multiple things. Making moves in other areas. Moving up in work. In better shape, stronger, look better. So many things are going up. How is it that when I was in the relationship and more friendships, I was at my worst? You get it? A lot of people that are not at their best have the most friends, have the most women. It's overrated. It's overrated. It's overrated. Be single. Stay single for a bit. Let God do his magic. Because that's the only way to attract something valuable. Something that you actually need. Not just something that looks great. Not just something that is appealing to the eye. Nice body, nice face. Okay. That fades. That fades. What else? What else? It's funny. A lot of men and women ask one another, what do you bring to the table? And a lot of men and women say they're at the table. We need to be bigger than that. We need to think deeper. We need to think deeper. And the only way to be in the place where you're thinking deeper or are deeper is with self-awareness. That takes time and solitude and distance. It does. If you're always involved with people, you're constantly distracted from yourself. You need to be single. You need to remain single. You need to develop individually. All that out there, waste of time. It's taking you away from the work you need to be doing on yourself. I rest my case. You want to hate, you want to be offended, do that. I cannot control that. But what I will say is, I guarantee your life will be different. If you spend a bit of time by yourself, you're not involved in all of the madness. If you have the time, have the solitude, and have the distance, you will learn so much about yourself that you could not have learned with the distractions around you. Bottom line. Anyways, that's it for the video. I hope this provides you a lot of things to think about. But if you're a man and you're single, be proud of it. Stay single for a bit. Let God do his magic for what you want to attract. And to be honest, you may not even get what you want. You will get what you need, and you'll be happy with what you get. But until then, keep working on you. Keep focusing on you. You don't need all that. Social media lied to you. The people trying to gaslight you and belittle you for being single, they'll be the one to lose. Fast forward 5, 10 years from now, we will see what happens. Anyways, I digress. Like, share, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos. God bless.